If you guys are having trouble with your PC, here are 3 things you should do before you take your PC into a repair shop. Now, I am a repair tech at a repair shop called PC Bros, our PC selling business, where we also do PC repair, sell new PCs online with a great warranty and all things like that. So before you take your PC into a shop, here are 3 things that I normally would suggest people do before you bring it in. This might save you days of headache, days of waiting, and just tons of time overall. So let's go ahead and get straight into it because I'm actually an hour and 10 minutes late to post this video. So starting off with number 1. Number 1 is going to be the most simple and easiest thing you can do to your PC, and that is going to be a fresh Windows install. If you're ever having any kind of weird software issues or any kind of weird bugs happening on your PC where you don't really know exactly what the problem is, it's not where like you just turn on your PC and there's like an error light. The first thing I always recommend people do is just go ahead and go into Windows and just press reset this PC and remove everything. Just basically do a complete reinstall, and this will pretty much ensure that there's nothing software related going on in your system. So a lot of the time, we all know Windows can be kind of finicky and buggy, and some things can end up being downloaded on your PC, whether you accidentally do it or things just end up getting corrupt in some weird way. This one step will pretty much eliminate all those possibilities that could be causing you your issues. I always say if you're someone who downloads a ton of things on your PC, it never hurts to go through and actually do this like once every year or so, because obviously over time, if you download a lot of things, it will start slowing your PC down, and sometimes applications that are running in the background don't need to actually be running, and you're leaving performance on the table that is not able to be taken advantage of in your games or anything like that. So a fresh Windows install is usually the absolute first thing I always recommend people doing when it comes to a PC issue, because it's just easy and it's something that anyone can do at home. Now let's say you reset your PC and you're still having weird issues for some reason. The second thing that I would do would be actually first, if you can easily access it and you're not afraid to, I would reset the CMOS battery. Now, what the CMOS battery does, it basically just stores all of the information that is in your PC and your BIOS onto a little battery, and this is going to control things like your RAM speed, your clock settings for your processor, and things like that. A lot of things in the background that are happening in the BIOS that could be off, that could be potentially affecting the performance in your build. And a lot of people end up turning on XMP or Expo, which is like the overclocking profile for your RAM. And a lot of the times with new systems as well, especially if it's not compatible RAM or it's pushing it a little too hard, you can end up running into some issues with these overclocking settings from the factory turned on. So I recommend if you want to, you can reset the CMOS battery. It's just a small circular battery that usually has kind of to pop out. And then if you don't want to do that, you could always at least start with turning off XMP or Expo. And this could just save you time in the long run because it'll just help set everything back to its factory specifications to where you're ensuring that there's no weird overclocking or anything like that going on in your system that is actually potentially causing you some weird issues. And to tie into the second point, I highly recommend taking off any application related to just overclocking any kind of hardware at all on your PC. So that comes with like CPU ID, it comes with MSI Afterburner and all those kinds of extra softwares, Ryzen Master, any of that stuff that could potentially be affecting the clock speeds or performance of the processor and GPU and RAM out of the box that could potentially be causing instability. And I've been doing this for quite a while, and I feel like I have a decent amount of knowledge in the PC space, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm personally comfortable enough messing around with clock speeds and things like that. I'm sure you can squeeze out an extra 2-3 frames, but honestly, the cost and the risk of doing that is probably not worth it in my opinion, and I would just say it's better off just keeping everything out of the box, and if you really want more performance, just buy better parts. And the third and final thing that I recommend you do before you take your PC into a shop, and that's just going to be something pretty easy. It's pretty much just stress testing or testing your PC in some regard that stresses it to the max limits and seeing if you can get any kind of error to pop up so you know exactly what the issue is. So what we use here at the office and pretty much have been using for a long time is called OCCT. It's kind of similar to Cinebench and other things like that where they test the actual hardware, but essentially what a stress testing software does, unlike benchmarking software, and what this software does is it basically just takes your components and it will read out the temperatures that your PC parts are running at, as well as giving you any errors if there's any kind of actual errors that are being logged in the PC itself. So this basically gives you a nice idea as to maybe your temperatures are off and you might need new thermal paste on your CPU, and that's why your PC is running poorly. Maybe there's something wrong with the actual hardware itself, like let's say your memory is bad or your CPU is bad. It'll start throwing errors in that software, and that will kind of give you a direct idea as to what's going on with the system. Aside from that, if you've done all of those 3 things and you still can't figure it out, now would probably be a good time to take it into a PC repair shop so they can kind of do a little more testing and they can start swapping out parts to give you an idea as to actually what is causing that instability. But if you do these 3 things, honestly, that will take away probably a couple hours of labor that you have to pay for at a shop. And hey, a lot of the times these 3 things are usually a really easy way to tell if there's something wrong with your system. So hope that helps. If you guys enjoyed this video or found anything useful from this video, drop a like down below. Thanks for watching to the end if you all did, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.